You're looking for a new Mac. Are you trying to decide between a MacBook Air and a MacBook Pro? Which is better? Which should you buy as a student in 2021? These days, time is very precious. So is the extra investment of the MacBook Pro worth the extra cost? Fortunately, I'm in the perfect spot to test that out because I have the M1 MacBook Air 2021, the baseline model. Costs $1,300 and $1,100 with the student discount. Sam, my twin brother, has the MacBook Pro and his is $2,600 because he got it upgraded. So we will do a speed comparison between these two MacBook powerhouses and see which is best. Okay, so this is my M1 MacBook Air. Its specs are 256 SSD, which is hard drive storage. It has 8 gigs of RAM and 8-core GPU and 8-core CPU.
My laptop is an 8-core processor. It has 16 gigs of RAM and it has 512 gigs of SSD or hard drive.
So this speed test will be based on how I use my computer throughout the day. So first, we should start with waking up the computer. First thing in the morning, startup reboot test to see which one can reboot faster.
How do you turn it on?
It won't matter.
Oh my.
3, 2, 1. See, the button still presses. Oh shit!
I think it's part of
What the
Wait.
Well, that, I don't know. Wait, I'm pretty sure there's a second loading screen after you type in your password. 3, 2.
Oh, it's fine.
It's fine, it's fine. My computer don't need no advantage, baby. I'll use you. Oh, go ahead. 1-0. Pull up the most recent Clash with Eric video, which I know you also watch. 3, 2, 1. Jeez, dude, you're gonna collapse!
What?
2-0, boys, 2-0.
How is that even possible?
Next is opening up Anki. 3, 2, 1. Dude, 3-0. Actually, I don't even know how. Dude, it actually took like significantly longer too.
Wait, how is that even possible?
Yeah, yo, it's fine. Like, stop trying to find a reason. So docks actually requires a lot of power, dude. Like a lot of power. It's just that docs.new, it'll just automatically open up a new Google Docs. Pro tip. So 3, 2, 1.
I think I won.
No.
What do you mean?
No. I guarantee you I won. We will be converting an MP4 file that we just shared to our computers into a WebM file. 3, 2, 1, go. Looks pretty even to me, baby.
No. I'm slightly up, dude.
Huh?
I'm slightly above. My fan should start whirring pretty soon.
My computer's powerful enough to not need a fan.
Oh, I'm gonna have a fan, bruh. Oh my.
Imagine needing a fan. So right now, our computers are processing this at the same speed. So Sam's saying that his computer would really win if we have multiple apps open, and that's when the extra power of the RAM would shine, which makes sense. So we will declare this a draw. Fair enough?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's just stop it.
Three, 2, 1, go. Wait, you are pulling your head a little bit.
Yeah, I'm faster. This is why RAM and CPU are important. When there are other things taking up CPU and RAM.
Yeah. 55% versus 64%.
Done.
Check mark. 3, 2, 1, done! It's clear that for more powerful intensive tests, especially when you have multiple things running in the background, like an iMovie playing, the MacBook Pro shines in those cases. We will talk about one more difference between the Air and the Pro, and that is the touch bars. You can see that I have the buttons on top, and Sam has a touch bar. So I haven't used a touch bar, I don't know how it feels like. Sam has used both. So can you just talk a bit about the comparison between the two and which one you would prefer?
Well, I only use the touch bar to change brightness, to change the volume. You need an extra press to reach the brightness and the volume, which can be a bit inconvenient over time. I would definitely say that overall, I would rather my MacBook didn't have a touch bar.
Just to draw some final conclusions, the speed comparisons for most everyday tasks were, let's just say, pretty much the same thing. I don't know why this is faster. Sam is going into computer science. That's where he got a more powerful computer. What would you recommend? For all students, what would you recommend for computer science students in general?
One thing to consider is that more CPU and more RAM doesn't necessarily mean faster. It only means faster if you're doing CPU intensive or RAM intensive tasks. Because 8 gigs of RAM, which is default, as well as, let's say, 8 cores of CPU, those are more than enough for just everyday tasks. So you really won't notice that big of a difference, if any difference at all, if you don't plan on pursuing something that requires a powerful computer. I feel like for most professional jobs in the industry,
I don't think they can see it.
you're going to have many applications open at the same time. And at the same time, many of those applications will be really CPU and memory intensive. So I would definitely recommend at least 16 gigs of RAM if you plan on pursuing computer science in the professional world.
So in general, unless you plan on doing something intensive, like computer science, consensus, just get the MacBook Air. I don't know why you would ever get the MacBook Pro when you can just have a crisp Air. So that concludes the video. It was fun to film a video with Sam. So if you enjoyed this type of content, feel free to leave me a comment down below and share it with friends and family. I would really appreciate that, and it helps this channel to reach people. But that's where we come to a close. I hope you had an awesome time here and an awesome rest of the day. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. I don't know why I'm slapping my thumb so much.